Hey guys, you're now listening to Intentionally Me with Sophie on I Am Refocused Radio and my co-host Shemaiah Reed. Now, let's get into it.
Hey, this is I Am Refocused Radio. We are here with a special segment with Miss Sophie. She has a new segment on this platform called Intentionally Me. I just want to welcome you to the show. How you doing? I don't know, I'm nervous, but you know, this video, I usually don't do video, that's probably why, but how you doing, man?
I am really awesome. How about you, Shemaiah?
I'm good, other than being on camera. I'm good. So, man, tell the audience a little bit about what is Intentionally Me, because you're doing a lot of big things right here in San Antonio with vision boards, and you have a big event that's coming up for all people who are trying to do better in life, and especially as entrepreneurs, having that goal mindset and having that vision ready. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what this segment is all going to be about.
Well, hey, my name's Sophie. I am basically the owner of Intentionally Me, which is a brand, but it's also an event, and it's a vision board event that we're actually going to be having December 15th. Lots of dates and places to be named soon. But basically, this event is going to be a really big vision boarding night where I'm going to be teaching you how to set intentions for your goals, how to get into that shift in mindset and that shift in vibration, which I'm going to be talking about a little bit later today. The vibration of being versus wanting. I'm also going to be helping you manifest your goals, because there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to manifesting. When you just say, oh, I'm going to think, and then there's a lot of resistance there, and I'm going to teach you how to really get past that resistance, get past all of these negative emotions, move into that neutrality. And vision boarding is a really, really great tool that not a lot of people utilize, and a lot of people think it's just cutting and pasting things from magazines, when really it's just a lot more. It's about making it look pretty, and it's about every single piece that you put on there. It's intentional. It's something that's going to help move a momentum towards your goal, and this event is going to be a teaching about that. And then also we're going to move into making a vision board, which sets that intent, that momentum. And when we make vision boards, what makes this event stand out is all the materials that I'm going to be picking, because I really do feel like materials are such a big element in making vision boards, because if we just put random stuff on there, you're going to be like, I don't even know what this means. What does this mean?
It's not clear. It's not focused, and that's a great little thing, because refocus, man. If you want to refocus, you need to get with Sophie and find out what all this is going to be about, because real quick, we got video.
Yeah, we'll show you some.
A little sneak peek if you're watching
These
this
are
on
the
video.
kind of intentional vision boards we're going to be making. These materials will be in use for you December 15th.
Yeah, and what I like about this is I was talking to a coworker, and before we went on this little segment, is the fact that you are very detailed in every single piece of this vision board. And I like to think of it as almost like you're gathering your thoughts, and you're organizing your thoughts, so that way you can start taking all these action steps and planning how you're going to get to the end game.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, every single piece of this board has some type of intention, has some type of meaning to me. And like I said, a lot of people think vision boards are just cutting and pasting, but when you start cutting and pasting, you start losing sight of what your vision is, what your intention is. And when you have materials that are both really beautiful and also really intentional, that's when you can get really excited about your goals and really start moving forward, because there's something about putting it down on paper, and there's something about making something and say, I made this, I did this. That really helps put that momentum, because everything you want, and we're also going to talk about the word want, everything you want and everything you need is already within you, but you need something to help unlock it.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a really, really great tool, because not only is this a class to help you, not only is this a class to help step foot into your goals, but it's also going to be a really great networking event with lots of like-minded people who can help you move towards those goals. Because maybe you want to excel in, let's say, real estate or something. There's going to be a lot of real estate people there. Let's say you want to just excel in becoming a better person. Well, vision boards are a really great tool that you can use.
And what I like about this also is having that focus on being productive.
Yeah.
Because you can be busy, but not like
Productive. You can just be doing random stuff.
And it's almost like, imagine this board, you watching this on YouTube or whatever. Imagine if it wasn't as organized as it looked.
Yeah, you're going to be just overwhelmed.
Yeah, and not just overwhelmed, but you're almost confused on what you really want to do.
What's your goal?
Yeah.
And you know, people are welcome to come if they have no clue what they want. Because I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you figure something out. I'm going to help you figure something out, whether that be just something in your life, whether you're like, I just want to get organized. Well, let's make a vision board for it. Let's talk about, what does organize mean to you? Organize means to me, let me organize my car. Let me organize my house. Let me do this. Let me organize my thoughts. We can talk about meditation. We can talk about different steps that you can do. And I'm also starting to move into personal coaching as well, which you can find me at Anna Almaraz 5 on Instagram, and also Anna Almaraz Sophie on Facebook. And we can set up basically a consultation where we can talk about, what do you need? How can we help you get organized and stuff? And I'm just really, really excited, because this is a tool that a lot of people don't really realize how it can be so beneficial. Because I'm going to tell you, I mean, if you were to tell me 4 or 5 months ago that I was going to be doing this, I would be like, that's crazy. What are you talking about? But then I put it down. I said, I'm going to really visualize it. I'm going to meditate on it. And look where I am right now.
It's funny because on I Am Refocused Radio, and by the way, you are listening to I Am Refocused Radio, and this is a special segment, intentionally me with Sophie. A little rhyme game going there. But we used to talk about this all the time on the show, that you gotta have not just intentional thinking, doing, but you gotta have a target. If you don't go out there and pick one and go after it and stay with that target, because a lot of times we want to be inconsistent. We want to try this and then we give up on it, and then we go to the next thing. We try that, we like it, but then we get down and then we give up again. And it's like a vicious cycle of always starting over.
Yeah, and you know, it's really funny you mentioned about like the end game, the goal. How you were just saying, you know, we start something and we stop it. You know, there's this really cool meme I see on Instagram all the time, and it's these two guys digging for this gold. And they're both having a tunnel. It's this guy that's working and working and working, and if he just has one more hit, he would get to the gold, but he gave up. But then there's this guy who hit it. He keeps hitting it, and he got to the gold.
He reaches goal.
And that's the matter of your belief system, which Shemaiah and I were just talking about this before coming on the air. Beliefs, how I break it down. Beliefs, be and lie. You're either lying to yourself or you're being.
That's good. Yeah.
And your beliefs really do create your reality, because you're saying, I am in this being state right now, or I'm just going to lie to myself and say, I can't do this. I can't do that. That's a lie. That's a limiting belief you're going to tell yourself. But we need to change that story. We need to help get you into that vibrational set point of being, which is part of your belief system. Because if you say, I can't do this, you're already putting out that resistance that you can't. You're putting out that limiting belief of that lie. But if you change it up and say, I am this, you're setting yourself up and up and up and up in that vibrational scale, because 300 is a neutrality point where we can just let our thoughts be. And that's a type of meditation, just letting things be, letting things flow. And you can set aside 15 minutes every day just to sit. And when you're in your car, on the way to work, on the way home, or even right before bed, it's really awesome just to sit and let your thoughts flow through you without any resistance. Because once we say, I can't think this, I'm not allowed to think this, you're putting this resistance of you wanting it more, wanting to think it more, because whatever we give attention to, that's what tracks back to us. And
it's a boomerang.
Yeah.
You throw it, it comes right back.
It comes right back. And that's really big on negative things, because we can think positive all we want, but do we believe it?
It's just like what we're doing right now. We're doing this segment, and it's going really good because we're both in that zone.
We're in this flow state. You know what I'm saying? We're allowing that flow instead of that force.
Because I could be nervous the whole time, keep starting over, but we're not.
No,
it's flowing.
We're just, boom, how I see myself is once I get in this, I just let it flow. Whatever comes in my head, we're just letting it flow, because when I'm in this flow state, I just know what I'm saying, and I'm just confident in what I say, because whenever I set intention, like right now, just before we hit start on this segment, I set this intention in saying, I'm going to have a really, really great session with Shemaiah right now. I set that intention, and it's quantum physics that it actually gives it more of a momentum, and you're more likely to do this.
It's almost like, because we always talk about metaphors, like I'm the metaphor king when I do my shows. But I always say the whole thing, like, if you pick your destination on the map, you're going there.
Exactly.
But if you don't pick your destination, you can end up anywhere. And that's being counterproductive on, especially as a business person, when you have goals and you set meetings and you had to talk to a client that can potentially be, a long-term client. You have to have that mindset. I'm going in with confidence, but what can I do to make that person come back?
Exactly.
But if you don't have that question mark, they're gonna look at you like,
and you're just gonna stay question mark the whole entire time. You're gonna be below neutrality, because the below neutrality, the different types of thinking is gonna be fear, guilt, anger, shame. And you might not say, oh, I'm not feeling these emotions directly, but the underlying message of all of these beliefs that you have, which you're either being or lying, and when you're under 300, you're lying to yourself. And something that you can also ask yourself every day is, okay, I have this belief, but is it useful? If it's not useful, what we can do, we get to that 300 set point, that neutrality set point. And that's when we let it flow through us, and we can say, I'm going to take this thought and I'm going to put it into this treasure chest, lock it up, save it for later. Because when we save it for later, that means we can come back and complete the past. Because once we complete the past, that's when we can really start moving into these higher vibrations of love, which is at a 500 hertz frequency. And I was just talking to Shemaiah about this too. But everything influences our frequency. The things we listen to, the people we're around, the clothes we wear, and not the clothes we wear, but how we feel in them. It's that confidence. And once again, it's the belief. Everything is centered around beliefs. And in order to get where we want, we're going to have to change certain things. And we're going to have to allow breakdown to be a breakthrough. And it's just every single situation, we can either look at it at a negative or a positive, because I believe every single situation I go through, I'm either winning or I'm learning, and when I learn, that means the next time it's going to be a win.
And someone listening to this or watching this and probably like, what is all this you talking about with frequencies? Well, if I can translate some of the stuff you're saying,
definitely.
If you want to think in it this way, because there's really no wrong way of thinking it, because it's almost like if you cross the street, there's many ways you can cross the street, but there's only one way you can get there. You have to cross it. So, you see how I did that?
Yeah.
Because you can cross with headphones, you can cross without headphones, you can cross at the light, or you can illegally cross it. But the point is, you have to get there. So, translate some of the stuff she's saying. We're not just talking about like feel good. We're talking about a game plan. So, if you're in sports, well, you have a coach that's going to teach you plays, teach you how to do the fundamentals of the game. So when you go out there to perform with your teammates,
exactly,
you're doing your detailed part. Because if each teammate has a position, right, on the football field, the quarterback is made to do what a quarterback's supposed to do. A running back, wide receiver, whatever, they're trained to do their specific part in the game. Because if the quarterback's trying to do what the running back's trying to do, or the running back's trying to do what the quarterback's trying to do, it's going to be chaos.
It's going to be insane.
So the thing is, when you're in the game, you can control the game, but you can control how you play.
And it's the same thing. We can't control our situations, but we can control how we feel. Because happiness.
And that's my little keyword, boom.
Boom. I love that. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Because happiness is not an entitlement. It's a conscious choice.
Exactly.
Happiness is not, and this is a big misconception a bunch of people have, and this goes back to, there's a lot of people who always ask me about the law of attraction. How can I get this? How can I get this? Well, when you're saying, how can I get this? I really, really want this. You're saying, I really, really currently don't have it right now. When you say, I really, really want to do this, you're coming from a place of lack. It's just like if you were to put a cookie in front of a toddler and say, don't eat this, don't eat this. They're going to be like, I really, really, really want to eat this.
It's right there, man.
I really, really want it. And then, they're going to freaking eat it. But it's like when we say, I really, really, really want this, we really, really, really don't currently have it right now. And that's that vibrational set point that we are giving off. But, and the thing is, there's a lot of tools that we can help utilize, get to our so-called end game. The law of attraction, there's a lot of things about visualizing. And people think if I visualize it, it's going to appear. Yes and no. So when we visualize it, what that's supposed to help us do is help us feel those emotions of being in that situation, because in our society, there's a lot of, we have this belief, this lie that in order for us to feel this, we have to have X, Y, and Z. In order for me to feel happy, I need to have this many followers on Instagram. I need to have this much money. But once we get this many followers on Instagram, once we have these numbers,
then what?
The ego part of us, which is this, if you think about it, our universe is this matrix, and we're playing this avatar. And our ego is this avatar that we're playing, but we have to see ourselves as divine spirits that can really manifest anything that we want, as long as we don't come from this ego. And because we've been so conditioned to come from an ego that we can say, I won't feel this until I have this. And that's something that you can change right this second, because like I said, happiness is not an entitlement. It's a conscious choice that we make every day. We decide how we feel about situations. We decide if we're going to react or if we're going to respond to a situation, because reacting is coming from our ego. And it's just like, someone flips me off while they're driving. Am I going to flip them back off? No. And this literally happened to me like 2 weeks ago. Someone flipped me off. And you know what I did? I waved back and I said, I hope you have a great day. And they were so confused. But that's when we have this glitch in our matrix, that they're seeing that they're not responding back the way I thought they would. And this is when we start changing other people's lives as well. I mean, I saw this meme on Instagram too. It says, you always need to treat people with respect and with kindness, because you never know what they're dealing with, and you never know what they have on their back, because a lot of people can be dealing with so much stuff, but they can be carrying it really, really well.
And they just kind of treat you the way they feel, and not necessarily how they would treat you.
And it also comes with, too, a lot of things happen to us, and we react. We get mad at people, but we also have to really understand when people treat us certain ways, that's because they're in the mindset that they're treating us with what they know. They don't know as much as us.
That's a key segue to where you don't know.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, you watching this or listening to this bonus segment with Sophie, intentionally me with Sophie, like, just say that. I almost feel like the guy on YouTube, he be telling people, say this 5 times. I'm not gonna make you do that, but just remember, intentionally me with Sophie on I Am Refocused Radio. This segment, if you just tune into this and you're like, man, what's all this? And then boom, it's like, oh, this is making sense. This is starting to, this is kind of cool. Well, you got to keep yourself looking for resources, because the thing is, whenever you want to do better, you said it earlier, you find what you're looking for.
Exactly.
And I almost like saying, as long as you're trying to do better in life, the opportunities and the resources will find you.
Yeah. You just allow things to flow without force.
Yeah. It's natural. It doesn't have to be like, I hope someone gives me a break.
Because I really, really currently don't have it right now.
Versus, like I said, because I'm going to do little translations, all right? Because she's doing her language, I'm going to do my language.
Exactly. Perfect.
So when it comes to sports, all right, let's keep that in mind. If you're saying, I hope I don't drop the ball, or I hope I don't miss my shot, miss my opportunity, if you get that out of your head and just focus on what has coach been teaching us last week.
Your tools.
Going back in your toolbox and going back to your consistency and reading the plays and reading the fundamentals of the game. Because when you're playing football, there's no one on the field acting like they're playing basketball or golf.
Exactly.
So you got to be in that mindset of where you are and where you're at in this current time, like right now, this moment. And when you live in the moment versus like what could happen, what should have happened. Nah, this is now.
Exactly.
Because now is,
and that's a type of meditation.
There's a presence where you're not yet in the future, you're not yet in the past.
And
but whatever you do right now is going to be remembered.
And there's this thing I heard too, that the past doesn't really exist and the future doesn't really exist. The only thing that exists is the now. And it's in our present moment, because depression is worrying about the past, anxiety is worrying about the future. But what is the present moment?
Boom.
Living in the now. Boom, 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 boom. On I Am Refocused Radio, we are boom. That's how we feel right now, because we are living in the present moment. We have this flow. But once again, when we come from this place of lack, in the place of our ego.
We would never done this segment.
No.
We would have been like, let's put off for tomorrow. Or
Yeah.
let's put off next week. And then that turns to next year. And people are asking, did you ever do that 7
And I'm just like,
radio? You're like, oh no, I'm nervous. Or this event that's coming up real quick, plug your event. When is it coming?
It's called Intentionally Me, December 15th. We are currently working on some spaces, so that's to be named.
It's not December right now, but she's already talking about it coming.
Yeah. I'm putting that intention
Take some
forward.
notes, man. Take some notes.
It is going to be December 15th, and I'm really excited, and it's happening. And we got some sponsors. We have Complete Casa Solutions as a sponsor. We have Tony Talman as a sponsor. We have Tanya Stewart with Adored Floors as a sponsor. We have all of these sponsors really coming in. We have Women's Global Connection, and I'm really excited because you know why? I put myself out there, and I said, this is what I'm manifesting. I'm not saying this is what I want because I already know I have it. It's the matter of getting into that emotional set point because the ego is talking about the lack, the want, the need. And like I said, if you come up to someone and say, I really, really, really need this, you're going to be like, bro, chill. They're going to be like, bro, chill. But if you say, hey, this is what I'm doing, what do you think? They're going to be like,
yeah, because
wow.
when you come into that approach, people are more willing to help you along the way because it's like we were talking about earlier. When you set a target, you go after it and you stay consistent until you hit it. Well, translation. Another sports analogy.
Awesome.
When you're playing golf, I'm an amateur, so I'm not great at golf. But if you want to learn some really good golf, you can look at the greats like Tiger Woods. You know, he does his thing. He's still doing his thing. There's a lot of great professional golfers. Disclaimer. All right, there's tons of best, amazing golfers out there. But when you're putting, you have to read the greens.
Yeah.
Right. You got to know where the ball is, and you got to know where. People gonna make fun of me like, man, what kind of terminology are you thinking of? But when you're hitting the ball to go in the cup or the hole, whatever you call it. Told you I'm not a golfer, I'm an amateur. But when you're reading the greens and you know how to read it, that's what sets you apart.
Yeah.
Because if you're just out there just tapping away, you have no idea what you're doing.
No, you're just like, okay.
Yeah, you've never been formally trained. You've never been coached. See, that's the thing when it comes to sports, when it comes to music, when it comes to arts and painting, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, career, doctor, lawyer, whatever, football, basketball, whatever you're good at, where your professionalism is, it all falls back to your training.
Yeah.
The tools in the toolbox.
Do more listening than speaking.
Boom.
I do more listening than speaking. I know I'm speaking right now, but right now you're listening and you're learning right now.
It's ping pong. When we play ping pong, the conversation flows.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people say like, oh, you do this. And I'm like, yeah, but every single day in the morning and before I go to bed, I listen to all of these people that I really look up to. I listen to these people that I know on YouTube. I listen to these people that I know are on Instagram. And not just people who preach, you know, what I believe, but I'm also talking about people I surround myself with. Like my friends, my spouse, all of this different things, you know what I mean? I'm listening to these people and I'm like, wow, I'm really surrounded by some high frequency people.
That's another analogy translation. All right, I'm going to break it down.
Yeah, let's go, Shemaiah.
So when you're playing ping pong, right, let's go back to that. Because my dad, we had ping pong in the basement in Michigan where I used to live. And let's just say, if you're playing ping pong with someone, they don't hit the ball. It's the whack game.
It's
man.
over.
It's boring. Like imagine
game,
you playing ping pong with your best friend, and you hit the ball, and you're waiting for it to come back, and they don't hit it.
And you're like,
man, come on.
Yeah.
You're killing the vibe.
Exactly.
Well, that's the same thing when you're living your life. If you don't go after your dream, no one else is gonna know what to do. They're gonna look at you as a question mark. Because it's like, you don't know what you want to do. I don't know what you want to do.
Be confident.
It's like Jungle Book. What do you want to do? I don't know.
I know.
Let's don't start that again. You know, like.
You know, and this just reminds me when Shemaiah and I, before we started filming this segment, he goes, oh, should we do a video? I'm like, let's just do it. Let's just go both feet in. Let's just do it. Because you know what? If we don't like it, then we don't like it. We don't put it on.
No, we just we let everyone laugh, you know. And they might laugh, but, you know, the whole point is you rather have people laugh at you out while you're building momentum versus not even starting.
Yeah. Either way, you're getting that engagement.
Only way you get from point A to point B when you're traveling, if you're going by car, you got to turn on the car.
Yeah.
See, a lot of times we just don't even go in. We just like you're saying, we just hesitate, and we're like, you think about all the right reasons that you can't do it, and you're right. You know why? Because you never done it.
Yeah. And it's like there's just times where we just get in the car, but we don't have the key. You know
that's
what I mean?
the worst. What you don't know, you don't know.
You just you say I'm this, and people are like, okay, what do you do? And you're like, where are my keys? Where are my keys?
That's almost like the person who don't ask for help.
That's the person who talks and never listens.
Ooh.
That's the person who never listens. Because sometimes, I'm not even saying this to be mean, sometimes it's better to be quiet and listen. Because there's a lot of things that I know, but I never say about people. Like, there's a lot of things that you can know, but there's a lot of things you can know and just not say.
Just like what I just did right now. You see how quiet I got?
Yeah, just see, and it goes back to manifesting. Like on this vision board right here, plug intentionally me, December 15th, vision board night, vision board masterclass. There's going to be a teaching. There's going to be food. There's going to be vision board. It's going to be networking. It's going to be awesome. So on this vision board, it says, imagine, feel it, receive it. When I first made this vision board, I was like, law of attraction, imagine, feel it, receive it. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, where is it? Okay, I imagined it, but I didn't feel it. I wasn't in that vibrational set point. Because once again, the avatar of the ego is back in us. Because when the avatar comes out, we're coming from a place of lack. We're coming from a place of want. And when you come from a place of lack, the only thing you're going to get back is lack.
Ooh.
But I know, golden nugget right there. We need to cut this and golden nugget all of this stuff. But when we come from a place of, I'm feeling this in my heart space right now. And, there's been the Heart Academy, I can't remember of what, but the Heart Academy said that the intention in our heart is more powerful than the intention of our mind. And if you think about it, the intention from our heart is our feeling space, but the intention of our mind is the imagining it space. So without both of these elements, we cannot get it. It's just like if someone didn't have a heart, they would die. If someone didn't have a mind, they would die. That's the same thing that can come with manifestation. Here's a metaphor. The manifestation, the end goal, okay? We have the mind. We have it imagining. We have the heart. We have it feeling. Add those two together, we get the manifestation of the goal. And what a lot of people don't understand, like I said, in order for me to feel happy, I must have this. That's just a limiting belief. That's a lie of your belief system. But instead, if we say, okay, I can feel this, a natural byproduct of your feeling, a natural byproduct of feeling love, a natural byproduct of feeling joy is going to be the materialistic things. Because a lot of people say, I want a Lamborghini. You're creating that resistance. You're not feeling worthy enough. You're literally setting out a signal that you're not worthy enough of this Lamborghini because you already lack of it right now. But if you say, I'm amazing, I am worthy of whatever I want. Lamborghinis are also cool. Okay, let me throw that away real quick. Okay. I'm worthy, and you feel your worth, a natural byproduct is going to be eventually getting that Lamborghini, but the ego is telling you you can only feel worthy if you have this Lamborghini, but it's a limiting belief. Even if you say, I'm going to make $300K a year, that is a belief, and you're saying that's only how much I can make a year. But if you say, I live in abundance and fulfillment every single day, you don't have that limit of how much you can make, of how much you feel. It's just, I live in abundance. And that can be more than 300K. That can be more than currency, because every day I'm rich. And it's not material-wise. I'm rich in abundance of just feeling free and doing what I want. Because I have that purpose. I have that passion behind it. And that natural byproduct is these clients, is this money that I'm making. But that's not what I'm in it for. I'm here to change people and show people these tools that they can use to really manifest their dreams, because I'm so passionate, because it changed my life. I once was a basket case. I mean, I was horrible, but I saw myself and I said, hey, I'm so much worthier than sitting around feeling bad for myself. This is my ego. We knew we could manifest anything in this. If you want to talk about, 3-dimension, 4-dimension, 5th dimension, right now I can say I'm in a 5th dimension because I believe my intention. But us as these divine creatures, as you can say, we knew our capabilities and our power, but we just forgot of them when we came to our avatar, which is this human experience that we're believing right now. Because we can say, once again, if I don't have this, I don't feel worthy. But we can make it appear if we fill in those vibrations now, and then we'll realize that I feel so much worthier without this Lamborghini. I feel so much worthier without this. But that natural byproduct is going to be that material thing, is going to be that relationship, is going to be that connecting, is going to be that traveling the world. Because I come from my heart space, I come from my mind, and that equation builds just your empire.
So translation, because I know y'all can be
sports.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, where's Shemaiah with the sports analogy? Because I need it. But no, before we wrap up, because we gotta get out here pretty soon. But basically, what she's saying, wherever you are right now, is temporary. Let me prove it. When you're done listening to this podcast, watching this YouTube, are you going to get anything out of this where you start planning your goals? Mm-hmm. Maybe you wake up earlier, go to work earlier, do something more intentional at work. So, for example, I'll just make it simple for you. If you add value wherever you are, whether it's you're a sports athlete, when you're on the field, coach calls you in, you running plays, you got to be the best at your position. So, your quarterback, boom. Fundamentals, tools in the toolbox. Know what the play is. Know what the coach have been teaching you. Know what you need to do on that play, on every single play. Because until that clock hits 0, if you're doing your part, you can't control the rest of the game.
No.
You can't control the other team, but you can control how you play the game.
And how you feel.
That's basically what she's saying. That's what she's saying. So, yeah.
Yeah. And once again,
Ping pong.
Shemaiah and I are playing ping pong right now. But once again, let's set those intentions together. Let's set those intentions December 15th. Let's get your dreams rolling for that brand new year, that fresh start. Once again, time's a construct. But because you can say, oh, I'm going to do this in X amount of time. Let's start doing it right now. Pull out your laptop. Let's make a Google Doc. What's your vision? What's your structure?
Here's a homework assignment. Because I think we need to give people homework.
Let's do that. I kind of love that. Every single Monday when you tune in, I'm going to be giving you a homework assignment.
First one is follow her on social media. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Anna Almaraz 5. And my Facebook, go ahead, friend me, follow me on Facebook. Ask me any questions. You can ask me questions on Instagram. Ask me questions on Facebook. I'll respond to you. Let's set up a time to meet. Let's get your dreams rolling. Anna Almaraz, in parentheses, Sophie on Facebook, and Anna Almaraz 5 on Instagram. Follow me. Ask me questions. Let's get this rolling. December 15th, put it on a board. Put it in the reel. Let's speak it into existence. Come on, Shemaiah, hold up this one. December 15th, vision board night.
There you go. And the second part of that homework assignment is share this episode. I mean, it's real easy. Like, you're not being asked to do much. It's basically, you can do this in 30 seconds. Text your friend, to text a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a family member, your uncle, your grandma, your cousins. Share this podcast, especially for entrepreneurs, those work 9 to 5. Because we're not talking about feeling good about yourself. We're talking about knowing where you're at, set some goals, take action.
Yeah.
So every episode, Mondays, you can get this from Intentionally Me with Sophie. I'm telling you, that's the best title, man, for this segment, because number one, that's for business, and number two, it just flows. It's like a rhyme.
Intentionally Me.
I feel like, man, it's only drop a beat so I can freestyle real quick. But not for real. Appreciate everyone listening in, because like I said, every single Monday, I'm going to bring this to y'all. But we got to get out. Yeah. We got work to do. She got work.
I got work. Instead of saying, I really, really want you to share this, drop a share if you want to.
Boom.
Just do it.
Because either way, we're going to make another show. Oh,
I know, right? We're just going to keep it intentional. We're going to keep our flow going. All right? Give it a share if you want. Give it a like. Give me a follow. Ask me some questions. And let's get your intention going.
But until then, man, this is I Am Refocused Radio. Special segment. Day 1. Breaking news. Intentionally Me with Sophie. And oh, yeah. Your host, Shemaiah Reed. I had to put that out there, but yeah, I am Shemaiah, just in case you didn't know. But every single Monday, tune in, because it's dropping tonight. Boom.